How many people here, just by show of hands, would love to be able to get rid of some complexity at work? Okay. So everybody times 2, apparently. It's a very important thing because I don't think we realize how much it impacts our lives. I mean, think about this. How many times do you wake up with a plan for what you're going to accomplish, but despite your best intentions, you can't seem to get done what you set out to do? That happens to all of us. And I think about that a lot because I want to know what's happening. And I think it's either we have too much to do or there's too much that gets in the way of doing it. And that's really frustrating and has to stop. Complexity it's everywhere. And I'll start by saying, though, because you do work in a regulated industry, some complexity is necessary. So for everybody that's especially working in regulation or procurement, et cetera, some complexity is necessary. And what I mean by that is it's something that requires safety, security, expertise. That's the kind of complexity that is worth it. So that's, for example, I want my doctor to go to medical school and be board certified. I think that's important. I want my pilot to go to flight school and ground school. Not everyone should be able to fly a plane. And I want my bank, of course, to have security protocols in place because I don't want to lose all my money. But what I don't want is how they work to get in the way of what they are supposed to be doing. And that's the problem. Things can be complex, but they don't have to be complicated. And the issue that we have today is that it's the unnecessary complexity that is basically invisible waste. It's work without the benefits. And it's the things that drive you nuts that have to end so we can get work right. And you know what I'm talking about. It's when you need to find a piece of data or an answer to a question and it takes 10 phone calls and 15 emails to get, and it should have been right at your fingertips. And even personally, I love this story. When my kids were younger, it's those 8-page forms that you have to hand fill out and 20 years of medical history to get your kid on a traveling sports team, right? It's not worth the effort. And so we need to stop having our time hijacked by the unplanned and the unnecessary. And rather than spending our days just executing our calendar, which is really what we are doing now, we are executing our calendar, we need to take our time back because it would have incredible impact. And let me show you what I mean by that. If you think about it, let's say you are, many of you from very large organizations, you have an organization or a business unit that's 10,000 people. Everyone here works, if you're working 40 hours a week, 2,100 hours a year. You probably work a lot more than that. So if you multiply that out across 10,000 people, that is over 20 million hours that people put in to get to their KPIs or whatever it is. If you just got back 5% of that time, right, eliminated 5% of the waste, you would get back 1 million hours for more important things. And on an individual level, let's say you're 2,100 hours, I'm sure you have 10% of your time that's wasted. That is 210 hours. That is 5 weeks of time. That's over a month that you could be doing more impactful things that you were hired to do in the first place. Isn't that worth it? I think we underestimate the importance of getting work right and the impact of being able to do meaningful work. So my job is to tell you 3 different things. I want to show you how complexity really happens, because I don't think you realize how it comes to be within your organization. I want to tell you how other companies right now and leaders are making simplicity a strategic advantage. This is not a productivity exercise. And I don't want you to leave thinking that, and I'm going to tell you why. And then what I want to do, because I am a very practical Midwestern person, I want to give you some tips that you can walk away with and start doing right away with your team to get to the important work.